Hi, and welcome back to Mini Models. And this week I did a custom, and it was inspired by another YouTube creator, Bare Metal HW, and because he did a DeLorean to look like actual stainless steel versus the painted silver that Hot Wheels does. And I loved it so much that I had to do one for myself. Also, I attempted to remove the tampos from a Snoopy van and failed. But in the meanwhile, I did an experiment of the acetone nail polish remover versus the non-acetone for removing tampons on tampos, and maybe tampons on vehicles where they will come off. I think the van had them clear coated on, so I had to do something else. Anyway, that's a bonus part of this video. Without further ado, here we go. Okay, so here we are back at the desk, and I have drilled the rivets out on this DeLorean. I didn't show that process because it's nothing spectacular. There are lots of videos on YouTube to show you how to drill the rivets out of a Hot Wheel car. Anyway, once you do that to just the point where it loosens up, the body comes apart. There's the interior, there's the window, there's the base, which I'm going to pretty much leave alone. I might detail it. And then the plastic rear louver. So this is going to go into a bath of paint stripper to remove all of this paint. In the meanwhile, as a little bit of bonus content for this video, so it's not all DeLorean, I'm going to do some tampo removal. I've got a couple of trucks here that I've taken apart for the wheels. Basically, I want those wheels for another project, and I want these wheels for another project, so maybe, I don't know. That truck was in a truck set. And then I have some nail polish remover. What I have right here is the non-acetone variety, and that's from CVS. This is the acetone variety. I'm going to try them both, and before I do it on my it wasn't cheap, it wasn't terribly expensive little van that I don't want to destroy, but I want to get rid of Snoopy, I'm going to try it on these junker truck bodies first. Dim the light a little bit there because it was just a little overexposed. So, I'm thinking what I might do is try the driver's side tampos on the truck with the non-acetone, and then put the acetone on the other way around. Scratch that, reverse it like Willy Wonka says. I will do the passenger side with the non-acetone. Then I will flip around and do the driver's side with the acetone. So here I have poured a little bit into the lid of the non-acetone nail polish remover. I'm getting a Q-tip, and I bought this stuff specifically for this purpose so my wife doesn't scream at me about using all her, that's why it's a Walgreens or CVS brand instead of expensive stuff. And I'm seeing it start to come off a little bit. It's taking a little work. What I don't want to do is rub through the paint. That's my main concern. And that is coming off. Like I said, I'm afraid I'm going to take the paint. That's why I'm doing it so slow. I know this is probably not very exciting. Maybe I'll speed the footage up a little bit so you don't have to sit and watch me do this. So that's tampo removal on that truck with the non-acetone. Let's try some, I'm going to try a clean Q-tip here. Try the non-acetone on this tampo, just because I know sometimes the tampos are a little different in their makeup from vehicle to vehicle. So we'll just see if it does any different on this. Oh, look at that. Look at what I did. I was almost done anyway. I kind of knew that had to be coming. I don't know why I didn't get more careful with it. And I mean, I've seen videos that say acetone, and I've seen videos that say non-acetone. That's why I've got both. Okay, let's clean up this mess and do the other side. Okay, so this is the acetone stuff. Once again, we'll start on the dots in here. So that acetone took, as I suspected it would, the paint right off the door there. That's not desirable right there. And I didn't really rub it all that hard. So that's not the result I'm looking for. What I'm going to try to do on this one is see if I can just really lightly just wiggle it off instead of putting any kind of pressure, and see what happens. And burn through the paint with the acetone. See, now, what I've got to wonder now is, will the non-acetone burn through the paint given a chance? So, and I'm going to try to burn through the paint with the non-acetone on the hood here. Let's see if I put a lot of pressure with the non-acetone. Can I burn through this paint? See, now I've gotten to where I've, you know, I originally started trying to burn through the paint, and now I'm just seeing if, since it didn't burn through the paint, if I can finish this without burning through the paint. It's my goal has kind of changed. I'm definitely burning a little bit of the paint now in the corners of the cracks here. Anyway, let's see if I can put a lot of pressure and burn that paint out of that crack. See if I can do that. Yeah, I did. So either one, but it seems to be that the non-acetone is the way to go for maintaining your paint. So that's what I'm going to do with the Snoopy. Okay, here we go. We got the Snoopy mobile. We got a little friend in the place here. Let's see if I can catch him. I'll show you. He decided to join me in the office. Now he doesn't like that his leg's caught. Little, I don't even know what that bug's called. But I haven't got his leg very hard. I'm going to be a nice guy to him. I'm going to send him outside. I hope this works out, because I don't want to have to take this thing and paint it. I wonder if there's some kind of glossy clear coat over this Tampo that's going to keep me from being able to do this. Well, I'll be darned. I guess the bonus video isn't going to include... That's... okay. That'll be a repaint later. It's sad because I don't want to lose the Dodge on the front. I like that Tampo, but it's going to have to go. Maybe there's a decal I can find somewhere that copy it. But yeah, okay. Well, back in the bin that one goes. So to get the paint off that DeLorean, I'm using this clean stripper that I got at Home Cheapo. It's supposed to work in 15 minutes. We shall see. I had to use a freaking wrench to get the lid off of there. I'm going to maybe foolishly trust this stuff not to eat through the box and ruin my table. Looks like it's doing all right, though. It's destroying the paint on the DeLorean, but not so much the box. It's only been on there a couple of minutes, and it's already really stripped most of it clean. I probably won't leave it in there for 15 minutes because I don't want to ruin the die cast underneath. But I do want to get all of this silver paint off to my satisfaction. So we'll rinse it off with some soap and water to get the chemicals off of the car. Nice. Looks better already in my opinion, just from the pot metal. But now I'm going to do the trick that I learned watching that bare metal HW video. I've got a little bit of 400 grit sandpaper for the heavy stuff, got some 000 steel wool, and then I've got some straight up 3000 grit buffing pad. I was wondering if this is going to be too heavy to start with. We'll do it just to make some of the grain. Get rid of some of the... Nice. I'm going to move up to the steel wool. It's almost too shiny. I definitely don't think I want to use this then, because this is going to be maybe to buff it up at the end. But yeah, I think I want to go with the sandpaper to keep it grit. Okay, that is starting to look how I want it to look versus the dull metal look here, or versus the paint that it was. I'm going to still work on this and see if I can't get the little scuffs out from in front of this. That's a little problem with the casting there. I'll see if I can fix that. But I'm going to buff this and show you what it's like when I'm done. Yep. So there it is. It's not bolted back together yet, and I need to finish the tail lights and the headlights and the bumpers, but I don't have any model paint right now, so I'll do that and show it off in future video after I get it clear coated as well. Another thing I did when I put it back together is I made it so the little hatch opens in the back, which is kind of fun. Except for in the real DeLoreans, there's a motor back there. So, but you know, whatever. It's maybe in the future I'll put a motor back there. I don't know. But I'm happy with how it turned out. I think I'll be happier once it's completed, you know, once it's detailed. But it was fun. It's my first foray into customizing, and first of many, I hope. So I gotta clear cut this, because if I don't do that soon, any little thing I do is gonna scratch the stainless, which isn't, you know, real stainless, but yep, there she is, nice and pretty. It's going in my display cabinet the way it is right now. Well, during the call to action stuff at the end of the video, I think I'll just pan through my collection a little bit and show you some of my stuff instead of sitting and talking in front of a camera. On screen is another video YouTube thinks you'll like, plus the links to the other legion of Weirdos channels. I hope you subscribe and hit that notification button. I'm here once a week with new videos. We got more unboxing, you know, Kraken blister packs next week. And until next time, stay weird and stay out of the comfort zones.